Drugs and medicines. Medicines are drugs. You can find them on the shelves of drugstores and grocery stores. People store them in bathroom cabinets and carry them in purses and overnight bags. Medicines promote health when guidelines for their safe use are followed. You need accurate information about medicines to use them safely. How medicines help you. A drug is a substance that changes the way the body or mind works. Some drugs produce healthful changes while others produce harmful changes. A medicine is a drug used to prevent or cure illness or disease, or to relieve pain. Pain relievers, allergy pills, eye drops, cough syrups, and throat are all medicines. Some medicines require a prescription to be purchased. A prescription is a written order from a physician. A prescription drug is a medicine that can be obtained only with a written order from a physician. A medicine that can be purchased without a prescription is called an over-the-counter drug, or OTC. When used properly, both kinds of medicine protect and promote health. The United States Food and Drug Administration is the only government agency that decides which drugs require a prescription and which drugs may be sold over the counter. Ways drugs are used as medicine. Some medicines help cure illness or disease. For example, medicines called antibiotics fight diseases by killing the bacteria that cause them. Other medicines include vaccines prevent illness. They prepare your body to fight off disease-causing germs. Some medicines treat the symptoms that accompany sickness or injury. If you sprain your ankle, you might take the over-the-counter drug acetaminophen. This pain reliever does not heal the sprain, but it will reduce pain. Many people take medicines to treat a condition that lasts a long time. For example, a person with high blood pressure might take a medicine that decreases blood pressure. This medicine reduces the risk of stroke and heart attack. How drugs enter your body. Drugs can enter the body in various ways. Some drugs are swallowed, others are injected into a muscle or vein, inhaled through the mouth or nose, or absorbed through the skin or mucous membranes. The way drugs enter the body is determined by how they work. Drugs such as ointments, drops, and sprays can be applied directly on the lining of the eyes, nose, and mouth, where they are absorbed into the body. Drugs inhaled through the mouth or nose enter the lungs and pass quickly into the bloodstream. Inhaled medicines work quickly. Drugs dissolved in liquid can be injected by needle directly into veins or muscles. Many drugs are swallowed. They pass through the stomach and are absorbed into the bloodstream. Creams and ointments can be rubbed onto the skin for absorption. Patches containing medicine can be placed on the skin as well. How drugs affect the body. A 3-year-old child and a 33-year-old adult might take the same drug to reduce fever, yet they would not take the same dose. A dose is the amount of a drug taken at one time. Doses differ to account for age, body weight, and other factors that determine a drug's effect on the body. The factors that influence a drug's effect are the amount of the dose. The larger the dose, the stronger the effect. An overdose is too large an amount of a drug. The age of the person. A drug might affect a younger person differently than an older person. The body weight of a person. The greater a person's body weight, the greater the dose that is needed. The health of a person. A drug might affect a person who has optimal health different than a person who is in poor health. The state of mind of a person. A person's mood might affect a drug's performance, and a drug might affect a person's mood. The presence of other drugs in the body. The presence of another drug can increase or decrease a drug's effect. The possible side effects of the drug. A person might respond to the drug differently than another person. For example, a person might be allergic to the drug. An unwanted reaction to a drug is called a side effect. Sometimes when a person takes a drug too frequently, his or her body becomes used to it. The body may develop a tolerance, a condition in which increasing amounts of a drug are needed to produce the desired effects. Not all drugs lead to tolerance. All medicines are drugs, but not all drugs are considered medicines. As you know, drugs can be helpful when guidelines for their safe use are followed. When guidelines are not followed, however, drugs can be harmful. Drug misuse is the harmful use of a legal drug that is not done on purpose. Lack of knowledge might lead to drug misuse. If you do not follow the instructions for the proper use of a drug, you are misusing it. You might misread a medicine label in the middle of the night and take too big of a dose. You might take an antibiotic after the expiration date. In each case, you would be misusing a drug. Drug abuse is the harmful use of any drug on purpose. Taking a higher dose of a medicine than a physician prescribes is drug abuse. Using a prescription drug without a prescription or using a drug such as marijuana is illegal. The use of any illegal drug is drug abuse. The use of alcohol and tobacco by youth is also considered to be drug abuse. A person who follows guidelines for the safe use of drugs is responsible and takes steps to protect his or her health. Misusing and abusing drugs can lead to drug dependence. When a person is drug dependent, he or she craves a drug and uses it repeatedly. Dependence can be physical, psychological, or both. Physical dependence is repeated drug use that causes tolerance. For someone who is physically dependent on a drug, not taking it can cause problems such as headaches, chills, and nausea. These unwanted effects are called withdrawal symptoms. Psychological dependence is the repeated use of a drug for emotional or social reasons. For example, a person might drink alcoholic beverages to feel less anxious around others or to escape from fear or sadness. Drug use becomes the center of the user's life. Drug abuse can harm the mind and the body. It can weaken a person's ability to make responsible decisions. A person who abuses drugs might become violent or be pressured into sexual activity. Abusing drugs can make a person do things he or she may not usually do.